you're here. Thanks for joining me.
A couple of variegated ones, but the fibre is the same inside, and these are your standard 4min10X. Oops.
Right, so this is the natural flax
Escapees.
in the yard, just growing wild and free before it becomes paper. Collecting the harvest.
Well, you harvest the flax, bundle it up into small-ish bundles. These ones are a little bigger than I would normally have.
How long do you dry them for?
Well, if we can, we'll do them green. But we haven't been able to get to these. So we're just letting the herbaceous matter kind of break down. The fibre will still be okay. We just need to soak it a bit and then cook it. After we chop it up, because what happens is we bundle it and we put it through a chaff cutter. Then the pieces, we chop them into about inch long or less. Down.
Yeah.
And goes into a cooker.
Next then goes into the cooker.
Yep.
When
it's green, we have to cook it in a caustic solution to break down the waxes and the herbaceous matter, so that we're left just with the muka, which is the fibre. Then we have to rinse it pretty clean, get rid of all the chemicals.
All right.
And once it's been rinsed, it goes into the Hollander. It's probably should be finished later today. It's cotton with a little flax and a little recycled.
It's a bit of a mixture, that one.
This is called a Hollander beater. So down here, what they call the bed plate. Can you see that?
Yep.
And the drum has bars on it, and the fibre is pulled through and torn.
Yep.
It doesn't cut it, it tears it. And it's that tearing process means that each fibre has little fibrils on it.
Oh yeah.
And when you're making the paper, those fibrils get together, and as the water evaporates, they lock together.
Right.
But water's the issue that makes paper making possible. It's called hydrogen bonding, if you want to look it up for science purposes. So, it goes round and round and round, and drag up. You stir it to make sure there's nothing sitting in any corners. This is for my production molds. So this would be filled with water for about 2/3. We would put some fibre in to seed the back, so there's a certain amount in there, and then we would pull a sheet on a mould, and you go into the vat and you pull it up and jiggle it. The jiggle sets the fibres.
Okay.
With a handmade paper, if you go left and right and up and down, you set the fibres in a double matrix. You take it off, you be careful, try and do it in a smooth motion and keep one corner down so that the water runs rather than drips. Because when it drips, it invariably drips on your paper, and that's called a paper maker's tear. Then you can rack it out to dry. If I put that one in there, normally while they're wet, we angle them so that they're draining down. And depending on the sheet, if it's a thinner sheet, they'll dry overnight usually. If we're doing tissues like we sometimes do, and we've got a good day, we can probably get 3 or 4 productions, because the paper is basically stuck on the screen. But the nice thing about silk screen is it's flexible. We run our fingers around the edge and across it, just loosening the bonds, and then you should be able to get a corner, and you're endeavouring to pull the mould away from the paper, not peel the paper,
right?
Because that'll curl the paper.
It's quite a process, isn't it?
Yeah, or you sit there and you've got these baker's racks full, after a day's production, and you end up with a little stack of paper.
This is the harakeke paper, handmade paper here. The result of all that hard work.
Bleached as well.
Yeah.
To get it white. These little fragments in here are the skin of the harakeke, and the fibres are there. If you want to just have a muka sheet, you cook it for longer. If you want to retain the fragments, you've got to reduce the cooking time. You still got to get rid of all the herbaceous matter, but so it's a balancing act.
What a fascinating process, from this beautiful natural plant to this fabulous handmade paper. I can't wait to get home into the studio and create something beautiful. Right, so did you enjoy our road trip? It was so much fun. And if you are a paper maker, you know that the process is so laborious. But to see how it's taken from the beautiful plant growing in the backyard through all the steps to create this fabulous paper was so much fun. This is the softest paper I think I've ever felt. I mean, seriously, I could wrap myself in it. I'm like, it's so incredibly soft. That's because it's been beaten to a pulp, literally. I love it. It's extremely porous. It's almost like blotting paper because there's no sizing. You can see the beautiful fibers in the paper. This one's bleached. This is the one that, he showed me, and I said, I'll have that. Whatever you've got, sell it to me. I need it. So I came home with it. Fantastic. This one's unbleached, and you can see more of the fibers. Also, you can see the flat side here where it's been put on the screen. His molds are recycled silk screens. And then this is the top side of it where it's the rough kind of fibrous sitting. It's fascinating. I love it. Clearly, I had a fun time. And I love now that I have some of these beautiful papers to use. So I was doing a little experiment through the week. Was painting it. It takes paint well. This is the Liquitex Bronze Basics, and it handles it really well. And then I was playing with, of course, some golden iridescent bronze fine, because you just have to. Then I was doing some mark making with some different inks. That was really fun because the paper is so porous that it was just sucking up that ink. So I really enjoyed playing with different brush marks with the ink. And then, of course, I had to paint it and play with the ink. And then I'm doing my other fun mark-making techniques that I like to play with in the studio. And this one, oh my gosh, let me tell you about what happened. So this beautiful angelic visitation happened. So lovely Jude Leader came to visit me, and I'm like, we're like connected because we're like had both watched, Robin McClendon's beautiful videos on YouTube, and we're talking about that and different techniques. And I'm like having a whinge because I can't get the eyes inks. I saw Robin use the eyes inks, and I'm like, I want some, I can't get them. I tried to get them from America, and it was basically going to cost me, I'd have to sell my kidney to be able to pay for getting. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. Then I tried in New Zealand, all the different craft and art shops. Nobody had it. Whinge. And then she says to me, I know where you can find that ice ink. And oh my Lord, the heavens opened. I'm telling you, it was an angelic visitation, because I now have in my hand the amazing ice inks that I saw Robin use on her fabulous videos. And I'm loving them. Can you believe it? I will put the link. It's called Picture Stamps, the place that has these. I found them on Facebook and I ordered the beautiful ice inks, and it really didn't take too long. I mean, I'm so excited. Seriously, I could have kissed you, but she's not my type, so I didn't. So that's what's on this piece here. I did my mark making and then I sprayed it with some of these inks, and I have to show you because this is my new favorite toy this week. I mean, these are beautiful, absolutely fabulous. And I was just so happy to be able to find them. Sometimes it can be hard in New Zealand to find what we're, watching on YouTube. Actually, it can be hard in any country to find what you're watching someone else use in different countries. But just persist. You never know. You might get an angelic visitation and someone will come along and tell you, oh, you can just get it from blah, blah, blah. And then you'll hold it in your hand and you're like, oh, the heavens opened. Okay, so we're going to have a little play. I'm going to show you some more fabulous mark making on this glorious paper, the harakeke. Now, it's so porous and soft that I know it would take these beautiful inks really well in a stencil. So let's do that. That'll be fun. This paper will react so good with this spray. I just know it because it's so beautifully soft and porous. Ta-da! Look at that. That's fantastic. Now, there's a lot of spray on there and we don't want to waste that. So I'm going to put it onto a piece of white tissue that's next to me, because that is a lot of beautiful ink. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, I'm in love. That's fantastic. Now, this is the cellular membrane stencil from PM Artist Studio, and I just am loving that. Let's do it again in a different color. This one is licorice. Yum! That's all I can say about that. Oh man, too easy. Too easy. Oh, that's fabulous. Look at that. And then my overspray on my white tissue looks amazing, because then the beauty of it is you create another fabulous collage paper with the overspray of the ink. Oh, I absolutely love this. I've got two pieces sitting next to each other because I thought it would be fun. But that's beautiful. Look at that. That overspray is beautiful. This pattern's really cool. Let's just do one more. Just one more. I promise. What was that? That was coffee, licorice, and let's do honey. Honey. Oh, honey, honey. Yeah. Yeah. Fabulous. Love it. I knew they'd be amazing. I just had to find them. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. That cellular membrane is a really cool stencil. I even like putting it all on the tissue like that, the shapes that it makes. That's pretty cool too. So that's fun. Yay, that's working. We like that. Maybe I'll spray one of these bits. Yeah, let's move that. I'll have everything covered in spray in a minute. Oh, I could spray that too. This one obviously has been hot pressed because it's really smooth. It's gone through the roller. That one's gone through the roller for sure. What color? What color? What color? Honey. Let's go honey. Oh, man, look how cool that takes it. This harakeke paper soaks up those beautiful ice inks incredibly well. Oh, look at the honey. Man, that's the coffee. Coffee and honey. Look at that. That's just flipping gorgeous. Oh, love it. Love it. Maybe this piece of paper needs some cellular membrane. I'm pretty sure it does. What does it need it in? Licorice. Okay. You insist. Let's go with the liquid. Of course, you don't have to put on as much as I do. I'm always heavy-handed with everything I do. But that's okay. That's all good. Oh, just beautiful. Put my overspray onto my tissue. That's working well. Then do I want to add some more? Maybe, you know, why not? Let's put a bit of honey on it. Let's change the direction of the beautiful cells and go that way. Oh, you know, I could do this all day. But I won't. We'll move on. That is fantastic. I just love it. I love the sprays. I love this stencil. It's all working fabulous. I love the paper. Yay. Okay, now what else are we going to do? So check this out. This is what I was using last week on my page where I painted it on and stamped it on. And look, I did this on the beautiful paper and it turned out amazing. I mean, look at that. Okay, I did have to paint over it like I did last time, but you know, that's no drama. Put a bit of paint on, stamp the shape on there. It gave me an outline, and then I painted over it with the golden iridescent bronze fine. And hello, oh, just love that, because what's amazing about this paper is it's so incredibly soft. Like unbelievably soft, so it tears really, really easy. This will make fabulous little, you know, elements in a collage, and I'm pretty happy about that. Look at that. Yes, that works really well. So then this idea led me on to another idea. This idea I was doing because I was mucking around with the mark making on here. So see, you just got to develop one idea into the next, and then you'll end up with a creative frenzy and you'll have prints all over your floor. Now, oh, is that just me? No. So that led into this, and I just love this. I'm like, yes, I'm going to use that today in a collage for sure. I'll build a whole collage around just so I can use that because I just love it. Righto. Now, I've got a story. It's only one. Don't panic. I'm not going to take you down memory lane like I did last week. Hope you survived that episode. But what can I say? It was, you know, PM Artist Studio's fault for creating that amazing stencil that led me down there. Anyway, when I first came back to New Zealand, I was researching different stories and looking at Māori art, and I was carrying this whole issue with the fact that my mother hadn't acknowledged me. She won't tell her family I exist. I felt extinct. So I found this beautiful story of the huia bird. So in 1901, Prince Albert, the Duke of York, came to New Zealand, and he was visiting and doing his, you know, royal duties. And one of the beautiful Maori women took the huia feather from out of her hair and put it into his hatband. And, you know, the huia is sacred in Maori tradition. It is a revered bird, and the feathers were only worn by prominent or important people. So it was quite a symbol of honor and status to have this huia feather. He went back to London, and of course, you know, it became this huge symbol of status that everybody wanted. Everybody wanted the huia feather because it was limited and because, you know, it was a symbol of status and importance. So everyone wants it. Anyway, that whole incident helped lead to the extinction of the beautiful bird. Of course it did. Because everybody wants social status. Everybody wants to be seen and recognized. And I felt the way my birth mother wouldn't. Oh man, that didn't work. I'm too busy talking. Don't worry. I'll fix it. The way my birth mother wouldn't acknowledge me, I felt extinct. So I felt connected to the huia, the bird, because of this feeling like, was it a unwed pregnancy, or was it her social status, or was it the fact that it was a mixed race baby, that she didn't want me, that she wouldn't recognize me or acknowledge me, that she just basically, threw me away to not be seen or heard from again? What were those reasons? And that was what I was carrying, and that was what I was working with. I know. Just take it to therapy. but as an artist, that's what you do, right? You outwork your life and your feelings and your emotions and what you're going through your art. Well, I do. That's what I do anyway. So I was creating these beautiful series of paintings, and I did this painting called Here I Am. And I was basically angry that she wouldn't acknowledge that I was here. I felt extinct, like the huia bird. There's my huia feather. It's beautiful. And I hang it in an exhibition, and it's awesome, and it was great. But then a year later, I did an exhibition with the same painting, called the same thing, Here I Am. Basically, I was angry and saying, look, what the heck? You need to, I'm here. You can't pretend I don't exist. So a year later, I hang it in the next exhibition, and I look at the painting, and for me, the painting had changed. I'm looking at it now going, well, this is a symbol of honor and respect. So why can't I give that to myself? Why am I taking on the attitude of somebody else? And why am I deeming my identity to not be worth anything, or my self-worth, because of somebody else's perspective? That's dumb. So I looked at my painting and I said, I'm going to embrace that huia feather, and I'm going to give it to myself because I'm worthy, and because I'm going to honor and respect myself. I'm here I am, and my life is worth something. So for me, the painting had changed in its symbolism and in its meaning because I had changed. I was no longer angry. I was like, this is how it is, but I'm going to honor and respect myself because my life is worth something, even if she doesn't want to acknowledge that. So I said all that because I wanted to play with the huia feather on my beautiful new paper, but because I was blooming yapping so much, it dried before I could take a decent print. Whoopsies, look at it, oh man. Anyway, so this painting then hangs in my lounge room still, and it just reminds me that nobody else has the right to dictate your value and your sense of self-worth. You have to give that respect and honor to yourself. You have to give yourself the huia feather, because nobody else can give you self-worth. Only you can give you that to yourself. So anyway, I know it's all deep. It's all deep and intense, but that's what it is. So that's a bit better. I paid more attention this time. So I'm playing with this beautiful feather on this fabulous, gorgeous, handmade harakeke from the Flax plant paper. It is absolutely fabulous. I might go over with these with ink and see if I fare better. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I'll just print a couple more, I think. So once I decided to value myself and not be perturbed by somebody else's opinion, things started to change for me. I wasn't so angry. I started to look at myself and my life a lot differently, and it made me a lot happier. I mean, really, at the end of the day, you allow people to treat you certain ways, and you have to teach people how you want to be treated. And I just stopped allowing that whole feeling and experience to dictate my own sense of self-worth, because I'm valuable and my life matters, and here I am. So the painting then became more of a celebration of the fact that I am here. I mean, oh yes, that's much better. Pay more attention. She could have chosen a different path, in all honesty. I could have been, it's such an annoyance that she decided to permanently deal with the situation. So I am grateful that I'm even alive, really. In all seriousness, there are other options that she could have taken. But here I am. The painting is a celebration, and I have used the huia feather for a few paintings, and they are all on identity, self-esteem, having a sense of value for yourself, honoring yourself, respecting yourself, and giving yourself this beautiful treasure. I mean, I don't even know if that's traditionally allowed, but, you know, it's art, right? We can get away with a heck of a lot in the name of art. Look at that. That one turned out much better. You see, you got to do these things a few times before you can actually get it working how you want, especially if you're telling stories. So I'm just using acrylic paint here on my beautiful little wooden thing. I picked this up in a shop somewhere, maybe like a gift shop, and it was on a card, and it's just a feather. Any old boring feather. But now it's the huia feather, right? Which is highly prized and on as a symbol of honor from a sacred bird. So, you know, you don't know what you can possibly turn insignificant things into with a little bit of freedom and imagination. All it requires. So I'm loving this. This is working. I'm going to make a collage next. And we're going to have to use the huia feather. We'll use one that works well. I wonder how the ink could go. I was going to try the ink on it. Shall we try the ink? I think so. Be wrong not to. Love it. I just love this beautiful feather. See, that one worked even better. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better. We'll just do one more. See what happens. And then, you know, I ended up with 20 of the same thing. We're going to use a feather, and I have to use one of these because that's my kuru from last week. I mean, you have to have watched last week to even understand why I'm telling this story this week. It's all a bit of fun. All a bit of fun. Righto, so last one. Promise, won't keep you here forever. I'm going to, we'll use the best one of these. Keep the white. Keep the white, baby. I love it. My art is always about where I'm at, what I'm about, what's happening in my world, and how it comes out. It's always deep and meaningful and symbolic, and that's just who I am. Love it. Absolutely love it. That one. Look at that. Gold, baby. Righto. So I'm going to move all this off. I was going to use the ink, wasn't I? Let's use some ink. This paper is amazing. I was going to fill it in. See, look, you just got to touch it, and it's like, seriously, like blotting paper, which is quite fun. The mark making on it was really fun because it just absorbs. Oh, man, that is just glorious. Just glorious. Look at that. It just sucks it up. So I'm going to pick one of these beautiful feathers and we'll put a collage together. And with some of the other papers, I have to use some more of those sprays. I love those new sprays, man. Seriously. Yay, thanks to Robin for showing me these beautiful sprays. I think, people, you need them. You need them. You need them in your life. Righto, we'll choose one of these glorious feathers. We'll put a collage together. And I promise, I won't tell you any more stories. No, that's not true. I'll probably tell you more stories anyway, because there's always more stories. Look at that. The ink is amazing. Yes. And yes, that's all I can say. Is yes. The ink just fills in any of the gaps. And that's just beautiful. Righto. Pull out some more papers. Go get my art journal and let's create something beautiful. Ta-da! Love it. Look at my fabulous feathers. They are still a little wet. I won't touch them just yet. Now, the huia bird was sacred to Maori, to traditional Maori. The beautiful tail feathers that they would use to adorn themselves and to show honor and respect and rank among the tribes. And the sound of the bird was significant as well. I love it. It's really deep and personal and meaningful, and I connect to this beautiful feather because of my own story. So, you know, your stories are powerful, and the images that you connect to in the significance of who you are as a person and your identity, and truly self-acceptance is the gift that only you can give yourself. So that's what this now means for me, this beautiful symbol. And, you know, it's a whole different perspective. And I love it. Absolutely love it. I love that I shared it with you. I love that we get to create with it today. And we keep journeying on, right? Because life's about pushing through and journeying on. Right, so I'm going to use one of these feathers once it's dried. What else am I going to use? I've got to use some of this beautiful harakeke paper. I might use some of the natural one. Definitely going to use some of the bleached. Might use some of these mark making pieces. The options are endless. We just have to start. I think I'm also going to use one of the stencils from last week with the swirly swirl design. Yeah, sure. I think I'll just go and cut a circle. You know how I do that, right? Because you've watched the episode of my secret circle making. I'm going to go and do that. I won't make you watch again. And then we'll put a collage together. Okay, so I cut myself a circle from this fabulous piece of watercolor paper. It had a gel print on the background, and then I put the swirly swirl stencil on it, and now it's a beautiful donut shape, I hear people saying. I'm going to use that one. I might use some of this. Oh, I like that. Oh, yes, I do like that. Or I might use some of this. Yes, I like that too. Here we go. Here we go. Decisions, decisions. You know what? I'm really liking this. It's not actually entirely dry, but I'm loving this piece. This was our leftover spray ink on the stencil piece that I put on a piece of tissue, and look at it. It's really cool. I might use that. I'm definitely going to use some of this, and I think what I'm going to do to start is I'd really like to put it on the paper, but not to the edges, because that'd be just fun. Look how amazing this tears. Oh my gosh, this paper is so soft. Just beautiful. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put that there. But if I'm gonna do that, then I need to paint around the edge of the page. And of course, we've got all these beautiful earthy tones, so I'm gonna have to do golden iridescent bronze fine. Yes, we're gonna need some of that. Okay, let's do that. Let's put the golden iridescent fine on the background and put that there. Now the question is, am I gonna do the same over this side? You know, I could do the same with the unbleached. Oh yes, that looks all right, eh? Let's do that. Okay, let's do, oh, wow, that's so soft. I haven't mentioned that before. Let's do the unbleached on this side. I'm loving this. Look at that raw, fabulous raw edge. That's really fibrous there. Isn't that fascinating? That's where it dries on the screen as the mold, and that's the fibrous top side. Yeah, that one's even more so. Loving that. Righto, we're going to glue that on there and there. So going to need to paint the background with, I'm thinking bronze. Of course, I'm thinking bronze. Either the bronze of the Liquitex, that's the Liquitex bronze. These are my two favorite bronzes. Or the golden iridescent bronze fine. Probably the golden. And I'll paint that so it's got an edge on, and then we'll do that. We'll put that down, and then I'm not sure from there. So, you know, you've got to work with me here. We're making this up as we go along. I'm definitely going to use that. Do I want it on that side? Or I could put it, oh, that's pretty nice on that natural texture. I definitely want some of this. And we have to put the beautiful huya feather in it, because, you know, that's my little moment today. That's pretty nice too. Could put that and put the feather on top of that. Simple, but nice. Simple, simple. Simple's not bad. We could put something else along here. Maybe we could put, this is all just brush marks on the harakeke paper with ink. Oh yeah, loving that. Let's put that there. Maybe, is that too many circles? Or maybe that needs to go over there with the feather. I don't know. We're not up to that bit yet. Let's just get the background pages painted and then we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, the pages are dry enough. Yay, beautiful golden iridescent bronze, fine. Oops. Not entirely dry, but they're dry enough. So what I'm going to do now is put the beautiful background paper on there in the harakeke handmade. Oh, you saw it. You saw how it's made, where it comes from. It's amazing. I just love it. I loved my little road trip. It was so fun being able to show you this and tell you all about this culture and history. And it just is really fun and enjoyable to me. Hope you're liking it, man. I suppose you just click off the channel if you don't, right? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's put this beautiful one on here. I love that it's got that edge with the bronze. Oh, I just love it. This edge is really nice. This gorgeous edge there. I'm just using matte medium. I love using matte medium for collage. That's just me. I like brushing it on. I like pushing it with the brush because clearly it is fabulous. Look at that. Love it. Yay. That's just beautiful. That's the natural paper, handmade paper. Let's do this one. And this one is the bleached. You know, both of them are amazing. And this one is particularly soft. Maybe it's in the bleaching, it becomes even softer. But then I do love the texture and the fibers of this one. I think he said it was like called antique or something. I don't know, man. That man could talk, seriously. Don't forget, I'll put the link under the video if you want to find how to purchase some of this harakeke paper. If you're in New Zealand and you want some of that. I've also decided that I'm putting a inspiration pack together of the papers that'll be created last week with the beautiful inks and the prints and these and a piece of the beautiful harakeke handmade paper as well. And it's going to be in inspiration pack number 2 because I know that some of you are in a country that you won't be able to buy this in a fit. I mean, I was flat out buying it and I only had a half an hour drive. So, you know, you're not going to be able to buy this. If you want some, I've put an inspiration pack together with a piece of this one because that's the one I've got the most of, and some of the beautiful prints from last week. Now, it's limited. I only have a certain number of packs because I only was able to purchase a certain amount of the paper. But if you're like, oh man, I really want that, I'm really relating to what he's saying, I'm really keen on it, you know, just get on and get it. It's in my shop, and once they're gone, they're gone. Don't cry to me, man. If they're gone, and in a month's time, you're like, oh, what's some of that paper? You know, too bad, so sad. If you snooze, you lose. They're there today. They're there for you. If you don't want them, that's fine. I'm not hard selling you. But if you do want the paper, it's there. Along with my own personal handmade colored tissue, jelly prints, and also I've put in some beautiful craft paper that matches. Everything matches. and some little Kiwiana memorabilia. You know, you just got to, right? Right, so that is beautiful, and I'm loving it. I suppose I should let it dry, but you know how it goes. I probably won't. Dry enough, baby. You know what's quite, where are we putting it? There. You know what's quite amazing about this stencil design? I mean, I told you all about it last week. I'm not going to go on again. I promise you. I won't go on again. But look, it's got the feather in it as well. I mean, oh, so apt. Love it. So that's beautiful. It's on. Just going to put a little bit of the matte medium around the edge to make sure that that's flat. The matte medium will dry clear. So don't worry about the amount that I managed to plaster on. It'll be fine. This paper is blooming gorgeous. It's so fibrous under my fingertips. I love it. I love texture. Love texture, love shape, love color. You know, all of it. I just love all of it. That is beautiful. Very happy with that. Right, what are we putting on this side? What did I say I wanted to put on this side? Oh, I've already forgotten. I want to use some of that, but I think I wanted to use that down there, didn't I? Maybe I should have put that higher. Dick. Too late now, baby. She's glued on and that would make a mess. Too late now. See, you just got to make the decision, live with the consequences and move forward. Maybe it could have gone up a centimetre. Maybe it wouldn't. I'm thinking, didn't I like this one? I really do like this one. This is just mark making with a brush. And I don't know why, I just really like it. So I'm thinking we could put it there. I like this one too. Yeah, same color. Same brush, different stroke. See how that works? No, I like that one. Do I like it that way or that way? I don't know. I like it that way. Maybe I just want, maybe I just want that. Now I have to decide which feather. Didn't they turn out beautiful? I'm really happy with them. Hoya feather. So, you know, I look at that and as I look at my painting now with a completely different attitude. And, you know, if you just shift your attitude just a little bit, it can make such a world of difference for your life. It has for me anyway. Instead of feeling angry and hurtful and resentful, I now feel at peace with it all. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I deserve honor and respect and I'm going to give it to myself. So here is my Hoya feather for me, from me. Thank you. Why thank you? Because you're the only one who can give you the self-respect that you need. Right, I'm liking this one. A little bit of honor in the concept of it. Now, this is the concept of it for my art. Don't be, hating on me and say that that's not traditionally what it was for and yada, yada. Whatever, Trevor. My art, do what I want. Right. I'm loving that. Oh, yes, I do. I know it's simple, but I'm just loving it simple. I'm going to tear this down here. We'll see if my theory goes about tearing the other side. I don't know with this paper if that's going to stand. Tears easy, it paints well, it absorbs incredibly. I don't mind that white edge. It's just fabulous. I'm going to cry when I run out. I only got a few sheets of it. That, yes. Yes, do we like that? Let's just sit that there and think about it. Maybe we'll trim this a bit more so it doesn't have so much on it. The symbols that you put on in your art can be personal to you. It doesn't have to be anybody else's meaning or interpretation. If it means something to you, then that's what matters. Don't get hung up on if it's right or if it's wrong. I mean, really, who's who anyway that says if it's right or if it's wrong? Yeah, that's right. Yes. I love this paper. So easy to tear. Look at that. That's fabulous. Considering it was just a little wooden feather stuck on a gift card, I'm pretty happy with that plan. Look, loving it. Loving it. It might need a little bit of bling somewhere, I'm thinking. A little bit of something there. I don't know if my other one's going to work. Is it going to work? No, it's too big really, isn't it? I think it's too big. I need something smaller. Just something fine and little for there. Okay, that's what we do on that side. What's going on over here? Well, I'm liking this black and white for over here. So let's tear that. Man, look how easy this thing tears. Oh. Yes, do we love that? I think I do. But too much. There's too much of it. Let's cut it down. Do we want it to go right to the edge Do we? Maybe we do. But we need half as much. I know, it's too much. I know, it's often too much. Don't you worry about that. Righto. Now the question is, do we want it to go to the edge and the edge of the page, or do we want it to sit inside? No, I'm thinking to the edge, baby. Let's go to the edge. We're already on the edge, right? Let's go to the edge. Now, again, I'm going to have to go pull out my scrap box. I've got a scrap bag and then a scrap box. Because we need a little red. We need red there and we need a little bronze there. But we're doing really well. And this is not going to happen, is it? Yeah, nah. I'm really enjoying the simplicity of this whole thing because the celebration is in the beautiful fibrous handmade paper. So I'm thinking we just stick simple. Just let it breathe. But we need a little red there and we need a little bronze there. So I'll have to have a hunt through my scrap bag. Nah, that's not going to work. Look, oh man. All right, we'll have to use it next time because that's not working today. This is working today. Enjoying the simplicity. Let's cut that off there, right there. We'll stick this on and we'll find just a little tiny slither. Look at that. See? It's beautiful. That'll go in my scrap bag. And one day you'll see me pull that out and I'll stick it on something just like that. Oh, it's just amazing. That's what I love about collage. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The more papers you make, the more amazing things you have to work with. And then the more ideas you have, then you make more papers. I mean, it's a perpetual cycle. But it's a fun obsession, let me tell you. Right, we're going to stick that right there. Right, I stuck that on. That looks beautiful. I love it. Now I have to go and find something in my scrap box. Just a little slither of something that can go there to finish it off. Yay. Oops, stop poking. Stop poking. Back away. Let it dry. Okay, so I finished gluing it all on my beautiful fibrous papers. They're just absolutely glorious. I love them. And they look fabulous. It's a very simple design, but I'm just absolutely loving it. I'm just feeling the quality of the handmade paper and the fibers and just that pleasure. Now, I pulled out my, scrap box. I put my scraps into bags, and bags are smaller and boxes are bigger pieces, and I have them according to color. So this is my box that I thought I might be able to find a little red piece for there and a gold piece for there. The only problem with going through the box is that there are so many options. So many options that it could then lead to, look at that, that's pretty nice. it could lead to then issues with decision making. But that looks pretty nice. Is it too much? Maybe. What about this side? Well, that gold's pretty nice. Maybe we need more gold, gold. That gold? Yeah, that's pretty nice too. Oh, you see the problem. The problem is there's just so many options. That's one option. I don't mind that option. Put that there. What about that option? I have used this beautiful print before with that script writing on it, and I loved it. So, you know, it's living on. I am a little partial to that particular texture on there. Yeah, I don't mind that. Or there's this one. Oh, I don't mind that one too. Oh man, you see, you should have opened the box. There's that one as well. I don't mind that. Oh, maybe I want that over here. Maybe I do. Oh man. Oh, I like this too. All right, I can see it's going to be a problem. Let's just take it away. Take the box away and make a decision with what we've got. I don't mind that. I don't mind that option. Ooh, if we use that option, maybe I could come back to this. Oh, you see how this goes? You know, I probably could. I could trim this down a bit. Take off more of the paper. Then maybe, I really wanted to use one of these because I think they are just beautiful. So trim that off. You know, I'm thinking it's back into play. It's back into play, I'm telling you. I'm thinking that that's quite possible. I love this. This is ink. I'm just mark making on the gel plate with some different brushes, and that is white ink that I've splashed on after I've pulled a print. That, you know, I think we got a winner. Maybe I'll rough the edges up because they're a bit too straight. And nothing else on there is straight, so might need to just take the straight edge off. Okay, I just pulled off the straight edge except for the bottom one because that's going to go on the edge like that. What do you think? It's a pretty good option. I love this, the mark making. Absolutely love it. Just did a whole Skillshare class on it. I had so much fun putting that class together. At the moment, it's my favorite. Until my next brilliant idea. Then that is going to go there. You know, I think that is just beautiful. Do we want this one? Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad. Just like that. It's not bad. You know, I could live with this. Or this one. I'm liking it, but I think out of those two, I like this one more. Okay, so hold the phone caller. I like that one more. Or do we want to go with my original idea and put in gold or bronze? Or do we want both? Or do we want that? Yeah, I'm liking that, but I still want some bronze. So, oh, one of those. Maybe I need to find one of those in bronze. I can do that. I printed quite a few of these. Quite a few of these. So maybe I'll go and find one in bronze. Well, I didn't really have to go too far to find this sheet. So, may or may not work. I'm going to try it. I want that one. So I'm going to try pulling it out. I mean, that is the point of doing the beautiful mark making. So you can, at any stage, use the little pieces in your collage. I love it. So I put them into folders. When I do a whole huge printing session in my studio and it's all dry, I put them into folders. So this was a folder where I knew that I had these particular marks happening. So, you know, you've got to give yourself some kind of filing system to be able to find your prints when you want them, because that's really helpful. Righto, we'll see if this works. I pulled off 3. That was cool. What do we think? I like the color. The color's similar to this color. Do we want this on it, or do we? I think we might need it. By itself, it's a little lost with the bronze background, or we could put it there. That's not bad. Or we could put that back. I really like that little bit of red on there. I am a bit of a red fan, and I like the way it's crossing across the composition. I also like the way if I sit it right there, then it's connecting with this line and your eyes kind of trailing across there. I'm loving this. I'm going to keep it. Then I'm loving the way that continues across there and it kind of joins the pages. I like that. So I think the question is, maybe we just want 1 and not 3. I did only want 1. I had 1 pictured in my brain. So let's pull off 1. See how that looks. So you don't know until you try. And you just got to keep trying until you like something. So here's one that I just pulled from the others. It's not bad. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a bit dingled. Shall I try another one? Shall I try and pull off, get off my finger, one of the other ones? Let's try it. That one got a little dingled in the process. You know, I got a whole page of them, so it's not a problem. I can keep trying. I want to pull them off rather than cut them because I like that torn edge. All the rest of it's got that torn, raw edge there. So we're teaming with a theme here. Oh, I think that one's survived the process better. There we go. Final little element on the page. Yes, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to put it down like that. And then, ta-da! That'll be it. Beautiful. I love it. I had so much fun with these glorious textures and papers and the stunning earthy tones with a little tiny splash of red. All right, I'll glue that down. Okay, last little piece to glue down. Which way did it go? Not that it really matters. It looks pretty good. That way. I think it was in the middle. That's in the middle-ish. Ta-da! Oh, looks fabulous. I'm pretty happy with it. I know. It's all glued down. Looking beautiful. My handmade papers. My huya feather. Yay! All right. That is just looking gorgeous. I love it. I'll show you it when it's dried, but I'm pretty happy with that. I love the glorious handmade paper. I love it in the bleached. I love the natural. I love it with the mark making. I love my huya feather. I think it's just gorgeous. I'm really feeling it today. I love the fibers, the harakeke handmade paper from the Flax, New Zealand Flax, and it was fun. Really hope you enjoyed learning about it and seeing it and creating this fabulous collage. I'm going to let this dry and then I'll show you the picture when it's dried, but I'm really happy with this. Now, don't forget, if you want one of the inspiration packs, the link is always under the video in the description. You'll also find where to buy these papers if you're in New Zealand and you want to buy them. And hello, don't forget the beautiful icings if you want to get some of those. All of those links will be in the description under the video. I'm loving this. It's glorious. I hope you join me again next week when we're creating something beautiful and something fun in the studio. Yay! Okay, well, if you're still watching, then you must be pretty keen, which is pretty awesome because people that aren't so interested will have clicked off by now. So I had someone asking me about this beautiful textured paper with the kuru design on it. I got it from the drawing room in Christchurch, and I thought they'd closed down, but they haven't closed down. That's still there. I don't know if you can get this paper still, and I don't know what it's called. But I rummaged through my cupboards to see if I had any, and I do. I have a whole piece. There's 20 squares with the beautiful circular design on it. So I have 20 of these. If you want to buy the inspiration pack with the papers in it and you send me an email and say you want one of these, I'll just open the packet and slip it in. No extra cost, I'm not trying to upsell you here. It's just, I went through the cupboard and I found it and I'm like, oh man, somebody wanted this. And it's a cool score because it's amazing. You can make your own prints, right? Put the paint on the gel plate. Yay, make your own prints. It's awesome. But don't forget, you got to send me the email to tell me that's what you want me to put inside your pack. Also, I have 13 beautiful little feathers. I know, why make one when you can make 13, right? That's just who I am. That's just how it is. If you really connected with this story and you'd like one of my beautiful original Who Are Your Feathers, I would love to honor you with this. Again, no extra cost, but you do have to buy an inspiration pack because I've got to put it in there. You'll find it on my website. There's only 30 packs. I sold 3 this morning, right? There's 27 packs, and there are 13 feathers, and there's 20 of the kuru. See, I can't put it in the packs, or I would have, but it'll be like Willy Wonka's golden ticket. How are you going to know where it is? Maybe you find it, maybe you don't. But email me if you want to buy the pack. Email me. Let me know which one you want. You can't have both because that's not fair. But you can have this one or you can have the feather, and just let me know. And I'll just pop it in the pack before I send it out. No drama. The packs are beautiful. Like I said, there's only 30. Once they're gone, they're gone. And I always move on to the next subject, the next theme, the next colors, and that's just how I am. I just keep creating. All right, love you lots. Come back and join me again next week. We will definitely be doing something completely different. Yay!